Okay, we'll go ahead and start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First thing is to approve of the agenda. Changes in the agenda that was published is remove number 7, storage shed leaking deterioration. I'm going to meet with Greg Hendershot and others about that issue before we come up with a proposal. And then add the proclamation of Correctional Officers Week. Add that at the end of item 6. So
motion to approve as amended.
Second.
Motion made and second. Approved by roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Also vote aye. Okay, third thing on the agenda then is Pam Goffman.
Okay, the first thing I have is payroll that was issued out on April the 11th, 22 to all county employees for $149,962.73.
Still motion to approve.
Second that motion.
Motion made and second. Vote roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Also vote aye.
Okay, next I have is the payroll benefits for the insurances we've paid out so far, $198,734.96.
Discussion?
Oh, go ahead.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and second. Roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Also vote aye.
You'll stand on for us, Pam?
Yes.
Thank you.
And next are the minutes for February the 15th, 2022.
Motion to approve as they are.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and second. Roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Also vote aye. 3-0.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is Don Sprinkle with the Perry County Memorial Hospital with the approval of sale of some property. And we have received that.
You got the resolution.
You got the resolution?
Yes, we have the resolution and documents for that. Care to explain?
Yes, so yeah, I'm here to request approval for the sale of 25 acres to Allison and Damian Marsh. The property is located on the intersection of 37 and Stone Road. The property also will be sold with restrictions for any medical facilities to be built on it without the prior approval from the Perry County Memorial Hospital Board. We also have received the 3 appraisals, and we also will be running the notice in the paper, and I'm here requesting the approval from the commissioners to meet Indiana Code 1622-1317.
And just to clarify, that is the northwest corner of 237 and 37.
37 and
It lies
Stone.
back in that.
37 is Stone Road, so it's where the
Does it border 37?
yeah,
Okay.
it's where the electric distribution facility is.
Because I know one of the concerns that there's been a talk of a subdivision, but that's on the northeast corner.
Correct.
So opposite,
Opposite,
across
directly
the
opposite, yes.
across 37.
Yes.
So.
And I didn't know if I mentioned the purchase price of $125,000. It's about $4,973 an acre.
Any other discussion?
You know, I talked to John Shear, who's running, or kind of heading up that whole RDC possible subdivision. He said he didn't have any issues either. So
Okay.
just to make sure that everybody was on the same page.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I'm good with it.
I'm good with it also.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion.
I'll make a motion to sell.
Second.
Motion made and second. Vote for roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your
Thanks.
There's your resolution.
work. And you'll need that with you when you go?
We'll need to get a copy.
Okay.
Do you need the original, or just a scanned copy, okay?
I'll take the original.
Okay, we'll get that out to you, okay?
Okay, next on the agenda is Steve Howe, the Highway Department.
have the Phase 2A bridge inspection report. Have a draft of it. Need you guys to sign off on it if you're all right with it. I think when we started out, we had this is the bridge that's on annual inspection. When we started, I think we had 12. We're down to 4. In this book, there's 4. One of them is the bridge we built on Urban Road last year, so that's coming out of the annual inspection this year. And one of the others is a bridge that we're trying to build on 21st Street here. So that'll only leave us 2 on annual inspection. And I've looked through the report. There's one over on Hurricane on Road 192. I think it needs a deck replaced on it. We may be able to replace the deck on it, get it off of there. And then we got one on 262 over Maggoty Branch. And it's got the posts that go in the water. It's rusted around where the water line. We're going to try to repair that somehow. So hopefully we can get all these off of here in the next couple of years maybe.
And that'll save a lot on our bridge
Yeah.
inspection.
Yes, it will.
And that's the only work that bridge needs, just around the water level.
Yeah.
The rest of it will be fine.
Well, the creek needs to realign a little bit, a little bit of riprap place, but the corrosion on the pilings is their main concern. So I think if we get that corrected, we could get it off the annual inspection.
Any more discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made and second. Roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Motion made and second. Carried 3-0.
That's all I had.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. The next thing on the agenda is approval of ARP ordinance regarding the standard allowance option. Basically, we've had some phone call with the state and with the follow up on the final rule that came in April 1st, and we sat on a conference call with an attorney from Indianapolis specializes in this. What the proposed ordinance does is, and just to explain that it's not what it may appear to, that it gives 100% of the ARP goes to, we'll see how the wording of that is. It basically will go to the county as a standard allowance for revenue loss, and you can do that up to $10 million, and it would without any questions, basically, and that just makes the reporting of it so much simpler and less likely to have problems with it with the State Board of Accounts and the Finance Authority and everything. So with this set, and we're still going to support. Well, I'm going to support personally, and I believe the other two are.
I think you can say the word we. I mean, we laid it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to put words in your mouth too, but I'm still going to support the effort of the ARP Advisory Committee, and do what the advisory committee comes up with. But what this will do then, this will put it so the only steps will have to be made is the approval of the claims by the council. Correct, Pam? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it just makes the reporting, makes the whole process a lot easier. But like I say, personally, I still going to respect the outcome of the ARP Advisory Committee. We had first round of grant applications. It was quite lengthy, and out of the 48 applicants, 45 were disqualified.
There's 49 applicants.
Well, most of
them, the majority of them were disqualified.
Right. But I'm going to.
We learned a lot from this process.
Right. And I'm gonna ask of the committee. Greg and I both sit on the committee, and one of the things that I'm gonna support is that we look at that again. We want to be in compliance, but all the applicants are not professional grant writers, and there was some.
A lot of it was documentation issues.
Exactly. So I mean, but
I hate to throw one out just because of documentation issues.
Right.
But we're trying to be fair, and that was consistent.
And we're going to have our next meeting is Thursday. I wanted to make,
6:30 here.
yes, and, so, I mean, one of the things I'm gonna propose that we look at them
Thursday,
again.
Isn't it Depot?
It's here.
No, it's at the depot.
I thought it was at
I
the
thought it was
depot.
here.
No, I thought it was at the Depot.
Now, I got an email this morning from Sherry. It says it's at the depot.
That's, yeah.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
booked it, Greg booked the depot.
Yeah, I booked the 20th that night, but I meant the 21st.
Okay, well, it hadn't been advertised, but I think I
No,
got it
'cause
on the
I'm-
calendar wrong.
I've got to get
Okay.
the agenda today.
Okay,
Will
I
that be
didn't realize
straight?
that. Okay.
At what time?
6:30.
6:30, okay, I want to make sure. So, anyway, but what we're doing today is we have to pass an ordinance that, that basically spells out the commissioner's plan, and, without reading, well, I guess I could read it all. Says, whereas the county adopted ordinance 2021 CO establishing the ARP coronavirus local fiscal recovery fund so that the county could receive American Rescue Plan funds, and whereas the said ordinance required Perry County Board of Commissioners to develop a plan that will detail the specific uses of the funds as required by the ARP, and also provide any specific appropriations approved by the county council of Perry County shall be deemed as part of the plan, or an amendment to that plan as appropriate when such appropriations are made. Whereas Perry County Commissioners adopt a plan as amended from time to time for the use of the ARP funds, and whereas the Perry County Commissioners and the Perry County Council have adopted ARP Advisory Committee to assist in developing a plan and awarding funds pursuit to that plan to be recommended to the Perry County Council as a fiscal body. Whereas the U.S. Treasury has adopted final rules which allow up to $10 million of ARP funds awarded to be designated as a standard allowance of revenue loss without proof of actual revenue loss due to the pandemic. Whereas Perry County Council passed a resolution that Perry County Commissioners change the plan for the use of the ARP fund to designate 100% of the
.72.
$3.72 million to be awarded Perry County as a standard allowance of revenue loss, and provide that the money may be used in general government services subject to the restrictions of the fund rule of the Perry County Council would consider the recommendations of the ARP committee in appropriating the funds from that fund, the payments from that fund. Now to be ordined by the county commissioners of Perry County, the plan approval of the county commissioners for the use of the funds received by the Perry County from the American Rescue Plan, and in place of the ARP Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Grant Fund number
8950.
8950, establish pursuit of ordinance 2021
-3.
-21-3 is hereby amended to approve 100% of the $3.72 million approved by the Perry County shall be designated as standard allowance revenue loss, and the said money may be used in the general government services subject to the restrictions of the fund rule and agreed by the Perry County Council. Any questions?
Did you, the fund rule?
Final rule.
It's final rule instead of
It
fund
should say
rule.
final rule on your.
No, okay, that's right.
I think Chris corrected that. I saw it yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I got here
I
is
said
final.
another one out, it should be correct.
Yeah. Mine still says fund because I
Oh,
printed
you
it.
know what, I think I printed out the one. that
You
Chris-
printed out the wrong one?
Yeah.
No worries.
We got it corrected.
No worries.
Sorry.
Okay. And I know that Greg, you've been involved. Randy, do you have any questions?
No, I knew about it. I knew Chris was, I did talk to Chris a little bit about this here at a meeting I was at, so, just briefly, so.
Yeah. This just, I mean, I don't think it's not changing the process that we're doing that we agreed upon at the beginning. It's just making it easier for us to pursue that process.
Just streamlining it.
Yes.
That's what it's doing.
And reporting is coming due. for the first.
Right, it's come 1st of May or April 30th. So,
Is other counties doing the same type of process?
Yeah, and the feds are actually recommending that we do it too, and so is the AIC, so that it's, the only issue we had was the State Board of Accounts at one point was wondering about a couple of the projects, but once we met with the lawyer from the AIC, it seems like we're good to go.
I
right.
can't hear you, Greg, when you're talking.
Oh, sorry. So, when we first met with Chris, we looked at all of it, and Chris kind of said, yeah, it's all good and ready to go. So then we called the State Board of Accounts, and they had a couple questions, and they wanted to so we wanted to double check. So we actually got with the AIC lawyer, and he said the exact same thing Chris did, so it was all, it's
Was
all
he AIC or AI, or the?
AAIC.
AIC.
Yeah,
Yes,
association,
AIC.
yeah.
Right. Community
Too many
County
acronyms.
Commissioners. Yeah.
But anyway, that he's basically on board as well, so I think everybody's on the same page at this point, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, no more questions, I'll entertain the motion.
So move, I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
motion made and second, vote by roll call, Randy.
Aye.
Great.
Aye.
And I also vote aye. Motion made, second carried, 3-0. All right. Okay, next thing on the agenda is the proclamation of Correction Officers Week. Do you have that, Eric?
Yes, sir.
We have Eric Dickinson, who is the Chief Deputy.
So
Sheriff's
I,
Office.
not the department. So I'm requesting your consideration for this proclamation for May 1st through May 7th, 2022, to be declared in Perry County as National Correctional Officers Week. And this affects not only our jail officers, but also the correctional officers and staff at Branchville Correctional Facility. It also affects our community corrections and probation staff as well. So
Would you like to read the proclamation, Eric?
I will.
Okay.
Whereas May 1st through May 7th, 2022 will be declared across the United States of America as National Correctional Officers Week, and whereas this week has been set aside to recognize our correctional officers for their professionalism, hard work, dedication, and efforts in protecting those in their custody and public safety, whereas the correctional profession is one of the most challenging and noble professions one can pursue, whereas other criminal justice agencies and members of the public are encouraged to acknowledge the important role that correctional officers, both at the Perry County Detention Center, community corrections facilities, along with the Branchville Correctional Facility and probation, play in the protection and services of all Perry County communities. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Commissioners, County of Perry, do hereby proclaim the week of May 1st through 7th, 2022 as National Correctional Officers Week.
Comment? Question? Good. You ready to
Sure.
make the motion? Then?
Absolutely. Make a motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and second. Vote by roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Also vote aye. Tell them all we appreciate what they do.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Eric, can you send a scanned copy, a
Yes.
signed copy to Pam and I?
Yeah, I can find one.
Absolutely. Do it as soon as we get back to the office.
Okay. Next thing on the agenda is miscellaneous. Anyone have anything for miscellaneous? Public comment? Next meeting, Teresa, not Pam. I'm sorry.
Okay, your next meeting is Monday, May 2nd, at 6 p.m. This will be back at the courthouse.
At the court. All right. Thanks, everyone. Oh, yeah.